Three men close to a midlife crisis. Three microphones. One Zoom call. All lead to this. It's the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Honestly, you would not quite believe what happens before we go on air. I'll tell you.
Oh, dearie me.
I've had a computer crash. Damien was like 2 seconds to go before we went live. Darren's about the only one that had nothing went wrong with.
Can I just say, if we go live one week and there's no issues, I'm going to really miss all the drama.
I've got to say, honestly, I love doing this and it's the highlight of my week, but my God, it's going to be the death of me. I've never ran or got rushed or got kids to bed and read stories and everything like that. It is a full-on owner of a company, podcaster, father, husband. My wife said, "Can I have a big cup of tea?" Yeah, no problem, love. Anything else you want? Want a meal?
Damien, when you read your kids' stories, was it like, so Plop was frightened of the dark, the owl that was afraid of the dark, and he lived happily ever after, mate?
It was almost like Johnny Five. I was going, good night.
Ron, so let's get on with it. This is the As Yet Unnamed podcast recording.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Oh, hello. No, what's... Hello. Oh, blimey. Sorry.
Oh,
Honestly, it is... Darren will tell you that this crashed on me earlier on as well, so I'm not convinced we're going to last the night. Right. I'm just going to go from the start of the talkover music. I will put the jingle in after. This will make the edit bit. You know it will, because the edit at the start...
100%.
Yeah, it
these
always...
are the bits that I love.
Yeah, it always goes wrong.
Love it.
Good morning, evening, afternoon, and hello, and welcome to the As Yet Unnamed podcast. My name is Ian Barstow. Welcome to episode number 13 of the podcast. And if you are listening on your podcast app, thank you very much. We reached a milestone in our podcast listenership, so I am very happy with that. I am joined, as ever, by Mr. Damien Lee. Hello, Damien.
Do you know what? Hi there, Ian. Morning or afternoon or evening. So excited. Thank you to everyone that downloads the podcast. People in New Zealand, Australia. There was even one in Indonesia, which is, how they understand this show is beyond me in Indonesia, but so good. Our regular listeners who tune in as well. People are watching on Facebook Party at the moment, or Facebook Chat Party Live.
Something
YouTube,
like
MySpace. So hi to Holly, hi to Stacey, hi to Paul. It's exciting. Everyone wants to be a part of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. I love it.
All three of us have got our signs. And Darren, don't speak yet because I need to introduce you properly. We have a special theme tune for Darren for his introduction. So let's play this.
Watch out, Dazzler's about. Watch out, Dazzler's about. You better watch out, cause Dazzler's about. Hey, watch out, Dazzler's about. Watch out, Dazzler's about. You better watch out, cause Dazzler's about. You better watch out, cause Dazzler's about.
Story behind that, would you like to hear it?
Well, a bit moody, to be honest.
Very quickly.
Demos about, have we?
No, go on.
Or ages about. Go on.
So when I was working at Sunshine Radio over in the Ludlow area, I was doing drive time, and still I was the guy that went out and did all the outside broadcasts outside. I was the kind of like the Noel Edmonds Christmas presents kind of guy, and I've done that on every radio station. And my mate AD James, who you might know,
yes, AD,
good friend of mine,
yes,
AD.
AD James. Hello.
That's his production. That's his voice.
Is that him?
That's AD James.
A bit of backstory for people that don't know. All three of us are intertwined and interconnected lives. AD James used to be on Hospital Radio Pulse back in the day when it first joined.
Indeed.
Yeah,
and we all
very
slept
good.
together once.
Damien, you are obsessed.
What do you mean?
Absolutely obsessed with sleeping together. It's never going to happen.
Look, it's just because I like a cuddle. Do you know what I mean? We all get close in a little bed.
Yeah, but your cuddles tend to go on a bit more. They tend to turn into something else, from what I've heard.
All right, voyeur. Just because you like wardrobes and having a peek.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
Let's just hope this never gets picked up by another radio station and we end up doing the breakfast show together, because the promo photograph would have to be us
in bed,
three in a bed with a bowl of cornflakes. You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what. I mean, let's go for it.
I didn't get a chance to. Dan sent us all a message on Facebook when he said he was going to do the show naked. And then he mentioned his grey downstairs hair, and I was just like, I wasn't really gonna mention it, and it's just like, no, that's just not a thought. Thanks. I want. Thank you.
I had just come off a really moody conference call at work at the time, and I pressed this video, and I was thinking, great, I get to now look at the big potato head, and I was kind of, when you're semi-listening, and I just heard grey things on your bottom area,
short and curlies,
and my tea just went everywhere over my screen. So thanks for that, Darren. And to be fair, why are they grey? You're not that old, are you?
Have you? I've got a chin like a badger's bottom. Look at that.
It's funny because I always remember Ian's being ginger.
I am not ginger in anywhere, nowhere ginger.
Ginger
Sorry,
tonight?
strawberry.
I look ginger because of this camera, which is still not right. Anyway, so coming up on the show today, we are going to. The first half tends to be funny stories, a bit of a laugh. We're going to do the mystery voice, and then in the second half, our top 5 this week is our top 5 sporting moments. I was happy with this. I've had loads. It was easy for me. I think Damien was easy for you as well. Darren, I'm not quite sure he's looking forward to this one at all.
One of our subscribers and downloaders, Anthony Allard, is a DJ friend of mine, DJ named Tony James, and he's looking forward to my top 5 because he knows you're gonna kill me.
We will do your top 5 first, I think, Darren. So. Damien, I believe you have a story which you said to me earlier perfectly suits you.
Yeah, I do, and I'm going to have to get the old little other laptop, so I'm just going to turn around slightly. And you know me and my stories, I always like them to be a bit out there. And this isn't out there, but it's just, I couldn't believe it. And it's a story, again, that's true. So, many of you shop at IKEA? Any of you IKEA shoppers on here?
We went on Sunday.
I've only ever been to IKEA once and never again.
All right. So when you go to IKEA, you kind of expect to see furniture with unusual names like Kallax or Payung. They're all kind of a bit out there and a bit, IKEA, yeah. Well, this isn't something you normally expect from other stores. However, shoppers have recently noticed that John Lewis is getting in on the trade, and they've decided to go all a bit funky names as well. So according to John Lewis's website, the sofas are made by a company called Loaf, right? Loaf. That's, not that funny, okay?
As in bread.
Yeah, as in bread. Now, they sell a sofa which is called the Squishmeister.
The what?
The Squishmeister.
Is that aimed at people like myself with big bottoms?
Now, the Squishmeister is actually their sofas. They are Squishmeisters. Now, they actually sell in this Squishmeister range a sofa called the Cuddle Muffin.
Oh, I want one of those. I really want one of those.
So basically, one of the ladies who went to the till never thought the day would come when they saw a sofa that would make them want to go on a little bit of a psycho spree. Now, in terms of the John Lewis product, it's described as a relaxing squish muffin, feels just as you'd expect, generous curve, feather-filled cushions, and a racked back create the perfect spot for lounging. Apparently, they come in blue, green, white, and grey. Prices start off from £1,700, which is quite nice. And apparently, Kelly, whose story this is all about, wasn't the only person that is a fan of these sofas. Lots of celebrities have been getting involved in the Squish Muffin fan club. So apparently someone else joked, but it was illegal in a public place even before the coronavirus was even around. So I don't get it. But for me, the Squishmeister, the autumn foliage one that's coming out, and there's even one that's going to be called the Fiddlestick. So stay tuned for more sofas.
What? Why? Why would you call a sofa Fiddlestick?
Well, I don't know.
It's just stupid. It's a sofa.
So there you go. If you fancy going to IKEA, get yourself a Squishmeister and get yourself a fiddlestick.
It's like if it's a grey colour, they could call the colour Old Man Curly's, maybe. I don't know.
What's the matter with you? Because all you're talking about tonight is your flipping pubes. And I've had enough.
Just come and sit down.
It's only just started.
Just come and sit down on me, Old Man Curly's. Oh,
Oh, Darren, it's worse when you drop some Cocoa Pops in them. You just struggle to find them.
Oh, this is making a trailer. This is a trailer, isn't it?
Where's your Cocoa Pops gone? Well, I tell you.
Back at the Swift and Curly's, Swiftman Curly's,
dearie me.
Silverman Curly. Oh,
We
anyway,
lost at least 5 listeners after that conversation.
we did. I want to play a game with you. I want to play a game.
Right.
So I've come across a clip which is very funny, but I want to play this game first. So have you both got pen and paper?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
We're going to play a round of Countdown. And for those that know,
don't.
those not in this country, Countdown is a show that's gone on for years. It was the first ever show broadcast on Channel 4. So we're going to do a
Hold on.
words
Can I
one.
just say
Hang on.
something there? Have you seen how cocky he's gone? So for those of you who that's not his voice. For you,
That's not my
for
voice
you,
either.
For those of you who aren't in this country, bear with me. How many people do you think we've got from other countries?
Well, you've seen the stats. We've got people from the US, Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand. So, we've got people. Anyway,
Exciting.
pens at the
Listen,
ready.
I'm dyslexic. I hate games.
It's
where
all
you
right.
got
It's fine.
spell.
It's fine. Right. I'm going to give you the letters. So these are the letters in this game, and they are R. Are you writing these down?
Yep, certainly
Yeah.
are.
So good.
Certainly are.
RH,
Yeah.
D,
Right.
AA,
Yeah.
R,
Yeah.
O,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
E. Those are your words.
Okay. Can
You've
we have
got
some
30
music?
seconds. Darren,
Oh, poo. I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
how many any, none?
I was going to go radio all. But no.
Damien, how many letters?
3.
Damien, what's your 3?
Row. As in like a piece of row. I'm just going to the shop, okay? What do you want? Nice piece of raw.
With chips. Right, let's hand
I've got
over.
another one.
What? Have you got another one?
Rada.
That's not really a word in the dictionary. That's an organisation for actors. So let's go over to the late, great Richard Whiteley and speak to the contestants on his show.
Amanda.
I've got diarrhea.
That's fantastic. What about you, Richard?
Yeah, I've got diarrhea too. I have to say that we've got diarrhea as well. Have you not got diarrhea?
No, it's pathetic, isn't it?
So that was the late,
Oh,
great
my
Richard Whiteley.
days.
And so you can make diarrhea out of those letters. Now, this got me going. Now, you know how my mind works sometimes, and you know I like to have a little bit of fun. So let's go back to Richard.
Amanda.
I've got diarrhea.
That's fantastic. What about you, Richard?
Yeah, I've got diarrhea too. I have to say that we've got diarrhea as well.
Come on, man.
Have you not got diarrhea?
Serious
No,
journalistic
pathetic,
show.
isn't it?
I can't hear it.
Oh, no.
It's finished. It's fine, Darren. It's finished.
Do you know what I love about this show? I always thought it was quite banterish. Now I just know it's banterish. Just a couple of blokes having a joke,
There is.
drinking their tea. I tell you.
I don't care what anybody says. Fart humour is funny across
Excuse
the
me?
board.
No.
Yes.
When you've got children, you know it's a trump. Okay?
It is,
Okay,
yeah.
a trump.
Thank you.
Which-
we don't say the naughty word, we say poo. Okay?
Which could
Where
lead
are you
us
off to,
on-
Daddy? I'm off to a poo. Okay.
The Trump could lead us on to the presidential debate last night, but we won't bother. We won't go down that route.
Wow. Okay, can you shut up, man?
That was a brilliant line, and I loved him for it.
Wowzers. I tell you, he might dropped him, didn't he? He might dropped him.
Yes. Right. So that was my little countdown fun.
It works for Clarkson, May and Hammond. We're not quite sure it works for Antrobus, Lee and Barstow, but they're doing it anyway. You're listening to the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Darren sent me a clip of something he talked about, didn't you, Darren? On your
Oh yes, today on the Breakfast Show. Did I mention
Yes, you did mention you do a breakfast show.
You were so cute then, Ian, because I mean, you know, sometimes there's a thing with who's the campest between Ian and Damien, and you just went then. Darren sent me a clip.
Whatever.
It was a really lovely clip as well. Should we play the clip?
So this clip is something that I saw today, and I made this today because apparently this is the parrot story, isn't it, Ian? You're referring to, I take it, yeah. So I think it's Leicester or Lincoln, anyway, somewhere else, not around these parts or around your parts either. There's a wildlife park, and they have a parrot or a bunch of parrots, and apparently these parrots have been swearing, saying rude words to people that are walking past and going, "Oh, look, children, lovely parrot," and the parrot's going bleep, 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 bleep. But listen, the thing is, you have to teach these parrots to say these things. So either one or two things happening. Mummy and daddy are walking past and swearing, which I don't think is going to be happening in front of the kids, right? Or the trainers or the people that look after the birds are swearing or teaching the birds to swear, because a parrot's not going to just pick it up out of nowhere, are they?
Right. No, and parrot swearing is very, very funny.
Yeah. So I've got an uncle that used to keep a parrot, and
try saying that 17 times after a vodka.
He used to keep a parrot.
Keep a parrot or two.
Yeah. And this parrot, he used to sit there for hours teaching it things like, "Who's a pretty boy? Hello, make a cup of tea," all that kind of stuff. Never taught you any swear words. So I made this clip. Would you like to take it from there, Ian?
I will. I didn't really edit this very well because I haven't got the end bit. I've got the whole bit of you talking and I can't fast forward it.
I'll just play it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Damien, do you want to listen to the whole 55 seconds of it?
I mean, I can't wait, to be honest.
Or should I just play the clips that I've done?
Yeah, just play the clips you've done. Yeah, cheers.
Sorry, Darren. That's my fault. I didn't edit it right. I might put it in later. So Darren sent me this clip and it's very funny. And then I went on a bit of a search on YouTube and I came across a parrot called Ruby. And this is an internet famous parrot for swearing. So this is clip number 1.
Do you love me?
That was him. Do you love me? And he told him to F off. The next one is very. I like this. Is one of my favourites.
Ah bon. Est-ce que vous voudrez boire?
What makes this? What makes this is the fact that he sounds like he's a 60-a-day smoker because his laugh is like. That. So I've got 2 more. This one.
Come on, you can say other things apart from swear words. Stop cursing and speaking French.
Unbelievable. Have you got any footage of him just doing his normal chatting? I
will put a link to this video in the show notes because it's very funny. And this is the last one.
Hello, Bubs.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
He's got beef, hasn't he? To be honest, that parrot ain't getting a lot of love, to be honest.
But it's the parrot. So he's obviously picked this up from the owner, who obviously swears quite a lot. And I'm not adverse to swearing. We don't do it on this show, but I'm not adverse to swearing. But yeah, he's obviously uses every swear word under the sun.
Well, there you go. I mean,
funny
you
parrots.
don't always get parrots like that, do you, to be honest?
No. Some of them are nice.
You a fan of a parrot, Ian, or?
Not really. They're a bit scary.
Darren, you a fan of a parrot?
I used to love my uncle's parrot. Used to say some really cool things. Really cool. Never swore though.
I'd have said you're more of a Mackay kind of guy.
Isn't that an 80s and American cop show?
Is that a thing, by the way? Is there a bird called a Mackay?
I think it's called, isn't it a macaque? Rather than a macaque?
No, they're monkeys.
Is that? Oh, no, it is, yeah. That's a monkey.
It's a monkey. It's not even a It's not even a parrot.
Not even a parrot.
Oh, dear. Have you heard of the Mackay? Who was that then?
What?
Was that you, Ian?
No, I don't think that was me. Was it?
Who did that little...
I don't know. It wasn't me.
If there is any audio of that, someone just did the tiniest little laugh, and it was just like... Please.
I will listen back.
That has to be in a clip, because whoever that was a little laugh. A little tiny laugh. Oh, dear me.
Lovely.
3 men close to a midlife crisis. 3 microphones, 1 Zoom call, all lead to this. It's the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
You look quite nice tonight, Ian. You look quite handsome. You got your white thing going on.
I've had a shave. I've had a shave as well after Darren called me old yesterday.
You did look like a grumpy Uncle Albert or something.
Yeah. I won't lie. You looked.
I was trying to grow it out. The trouble is, the beard just sort of grows on there. It doesn't fill out on the sides. It just sort of grows at the front, and it. Just...
I could just see, your next door neighbours coming around with your pudding.
He doesn't have next door neighbours. He lives in a very, very very
The only
nice
people that
area.
ever come around this house are the servants, dear. Nobody else.
I can believe that. I've seen your house.
What do you mean you've seen his house? I've known him longer than you. Why are you seeing his house?
Well, before the rule of 6 came in, we made sure we got together.
Yeah. Oh, did we not tell you that, Damien?
Oh, right.
Sorry. Apologies. Sorry about
Bothered.
that. I don't know if you've seen this video, which has been around for a while, and Darren pointed me in the direction of this video, and it is absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to play the audio. This is sort of like edited version of it, but I'm going to play the audio. So this is basically, I'll give you the story. This is an Irish family, and I believe it's actually in Ireland. You're right there, Damien. Oh dear.
Did a gust of wind come in then? What happened?
Leave your spider.
Was it a false widow?
It was a something widow, I tell you. I didn't like that.
Well, if you react like that to that, then you might not like this one. So this is basically, it's an Irish family, and a bat has managed to fly into their kitchen. And I'm just going to play the audio. It's very funny.
Catch him, Derry! Derry, catch him! There's a bat! Look at the bat! Get a bat! Look at the bat! Get a bat out of the house! Mom, will you get out? Derry, will you catch him? Oh! 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 Jesus, new. Catch him, Derry! Catch him!
Catch him, Derry!
Catch him, Derry! Bigger towel.
It's a bat!
Get him now.
It's a bat!
Get him. Oh! Marie, will you stop looking in the door? Oh! Jesus! Catch him, Derry! Catch him! You're doing great! You're doing great!
Oh, my Lord.
Just... That's it. Oh! He nearly got it that time. Nearly! No, he's still flying around the place. Quick! Oh! Oh! You're doing a great job, Derry. That's it. Stand up there. Oh! Did you get him? No, he's there. He's making a mockery out of you, boy. Oh! Oh! He's on me!
Honestly, the video is brilliant. It is so funny.
Oh, dearie me.
It's just really good.
Days.
And obviously you get lovely clips like this.
Catch him, Derry. Oh! Oh! He's on me! That's it. Oh! He nearly got it that time. Bigger towel. That's it. Get him now. Quick. Get him.
Which obviously leads my mind down a very strange route. I'm just going to play you this.
What we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume in size.
That's it. Oh! He nearly got it that time.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
Nearly.
You can experiment with going deeper.
Oh! Oh! You're doing a great job there. Oh, that's it. Stand up. Did you get him? Oh! Oh! He's on me!
Oh, I'd love to know where my mind gets these ideas from.
What are you doing? Are you collecting all of this audio up to make like a greatest hits album? or something?
Definitely. Right.
It just gets hotter.
So
Hotter and hotter and hotter.
We can now do all of this.
What we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume in size.
Catch him, Derry.
You can experiment with going deeper.
Oh! Oh! He's on me!
I think you're a one lump kind of guy.
Bigger towel, that's it. Get him now, quick. Get him.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
That's it. Oh! He nearly got him that time. He's on me!
That sounds
I am perspiring. I won't lie.
That sounds like
dearie Meg.
my work's Christmas do last year. It does.
Oh, you do make me giggle. I tell you.
Oh, I love
That was good.
those clips.
That was good. I did enjoy that. Wow.
I'll put a link to that video in the show notes as well, because it is absolutely it's if you ever want cheering up, watch it. It's 2 minutes long. Watch that.
This is the As Yet Unnamed Podcast with Ian Barstow, Damien Lee, and Darren Antrobus.
So this is week 3 of the Mystery Voice. We have had guesses. Mario Lopez, Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber are the 3 guesses that you two have come up with. And it's neither of those. So I will play you this clip twice. Do you know who this is?
That was not as politically hot at the time. So I think...
One more time. Do you know who this is?
That was not as politically hot at the time. So I think...
That didn't flash on the lights, but anyway. Darren thinks he says this every week. He says, I know who that is. And then he doesn't actually know who it is. You said last week you knew who it was.
I think I know who it is.
Right then. Well, we're going to go with Damien first.
See, last week you said my guess was Ilya, and I think he's a rather good-looking bloke. I think he was maybe in a High School Musical. And I believe he's also the Greatest Showman. I think it's Mr. Zac Efron.
Darren, who's your guess?
I'm going to go down a similar kind of route, but not Zac Efron. I'm going to go with a guy that is in a family pop band, a boy band. And he was in Jumanji, whatever it's called.
100% you've not got that right. You just take a look at Ian's face. He could never play poker. It was like, really? Family band.
Is
it Nick Jonas?
Okay, so we've got Zac Efron and Nick Jonas are your guests. Is either of you right? No, you're both wrong.
Oh, come on.
It is neither Zac Efron or Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas would be a bit of a random one to be thrown out there, I have to say, even for me.
I would love to say, actually, because as Ian said at the start of the show, we've had a really good week and we appreciate all the downloads and people listening. It was a record week for us last week, which we're so excited about. And it gives us a breakdown of where people are listening. There's New Zealand, there's America, there's Australia. Indonesia. I'd love to know who our lovely listener in Indonesia is. Drop us a little Facebook message. Drop it on there. Say hi. It'd be great to know. Indonesia. Then we can do a show live from Indonesia.
It's probably a Hooray Henry on a gap year or something, gone travelling, maybe. I don't know.
Hooray Henry?
Well, you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Is that a daddy, buy me a pony, daddy? I want a pony, daddy. Daddy, yes. I want to go on a gap year, daddy. Yes. Pony.
Yes.
One of them. Henry.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Darren, I do like your plant behind you. I've got to say, is it a plant or a lady with long hair? I can't really tell.
Well, if it's a lady with long hair, she's
very thin.
She needs meat inside her.
I do love your poster as well, but all I can see is tee up. Hello, T-up. That's better. There we go. Marvellous.
Just to Dunk, if you go on to the asyetUnknownpodcast.uk, which is our website, leave us a message on the contact us one on there and let me know. It is not the presidential son who you've just said. Is it the presidential son? It isn't.
Sorry, you all right? Did you do a little burpee there?
Me? I was just about to, and then I had to hold it.
Let's be honest, you burped, didn't you?
I didn't burp.
I did Indonesia.
I did that little bit, it's anyway.
Oh, not acid.
Yes.
It goes a bit sickly.
Yeah, a little bit. Acid
I think it's
reflux.
that the chemical there that repeated on you was called bile.
He's on me!
It's the way he's so he says it's so the chemical there is bile. You're so cute. Your little face. Bile.
You can experiment with going deeper.
That's it. Oh, he nearly got it that time.
Get the bat. For God's sake, get the bat. This is why we do it every Wednesday or Monday at 6 a.m. You probably, people are listening to this now, and the cornflakes brilliant.
See, I'm interested to know why when I listened to that bat clip to start with, and then I suddenly thought, oh, do you know what? I could make a really good clip about that, which goes a slightly, bit risque, and I end up with this.
What we want to do is we want to sort of double the volume in size.
That's it. Oh, he nearly got it that time.
Shake hard for 10 seconds.
Nearly.
You can experiment with going deeper.
Oh. Oh. You're doing a great job there. Oh, that's it. Stand up. Did you get him? Oh, he's on me.
Oh, dear.
That is very cleverly put together, that.
Do you know something? I tip my hat to Barbara, who produced this show, because that was... what's the matter with you?
Barbara had absolutely nothing to do with that. She's useless in the week, and all she does is just turn up at your house on a Wednesday night.
Listen, I'll tell you what, when Barbara turns up on a Wednesday night, to tell you what, me and her, we watched Last of the Summer Wine mainly, with a little bit of a repeater spitting image, and then we watched The Krypton Factor on DVD.
And she's not a very good producer. She makes sure you're not here on time, is she really? That is it for the first half of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. We'll be right back after this very short informational thing. Just to let you know that you can listen to a special interview that Darren did, which dropped on Friday with Ray Quinn. So you can go and listen to that. A bonus extra episode of the As Yet Unnamed podcast will be on your podcast feed. Right, we'll be right back after this. This is the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
Can we move on?
Talk about me being bossy.
Come on, I get tired on a Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I'm exhausted.
Well, you just go and do voice track it for the first 4 hours like you normally do.
For the benefit of any of my managers, I do not voice track the breakfast part of the show. That's the live part. How very dare you?
The after 10 o'clock bit, I've done that like 4 days ago. Sorry. I am joking if anyone from Darren's work is listening at the moment. We are taking the mickey out of him.
Do you remember those chat rooms that people used to go in, or was that just me?
Right, move on. Let's get the second half.
I remember MSN before it was,
That was what it was.
Yeah,
MSN. Used to, scrolling kept going up with different messages, loads of people.
Was it Grindr, Darren?
No.
The Grindr wasn't around then, mate.
All right.
ASL, that's what you used to ask.
Actually, when we all met each other at Radio Pulse, did we... Facebook wasn't there then, was it?
Face what?
No.
Facebook.
Facebook
what
wasn't there.
What was that face? Again? Ian, whatever you do in the edit, do it again.
Big.
Oh,
Do I need to do a zoom in on that bit?
Oh. I mean, you're a nice looking lad, but that's evil.
Like a gurn, like Les Dawson. Remember him?
Wow, what was your hand doing then? That was
your
that.
hand
That was really dodgy.
Do you know what? I've had enough of this show. Absolute borderline filth.
Where
was his hand?
That was a proper dodgy movement. That's going to make the
goodness.
edit. Welcome back to the As Yet Unnamed podcast. I am Ian Barstow.
Hello, I'm Damien Lee.
And I'm Darren Antrobus.
Almost perfect.
Hold on a minute. Whoa,
I'm not
cut it.
almost Darren
Cut.
Antrobus. I am
Let's
Darren
cut
Antrobus.
that. Hold on, Spielberg. There was nothing wrong with that there.
There was about a 4-second gap between me saying my name and you saying your name.
You Ron Howard wannabe.
I think both of us were quite clean there, and you just came straight in. Hello, welcome back to the podcast. My name's it.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it?
Just because he looks like Ron Howard, don't need to come all directorish on us.
Can we do it again?
Cut. Take 2. Hello, welcome back to the As Yet Unnamed podcast. My name is Ian Barstow.
My name is Damien Lee.
And I'm Daz Antrobus.
If you're listening on your podcast app, don't forget to click on subscribe. And why not share the podcast with your friends as well? Because we really do want people to listen to this because we're really enjoying it and we think people are really enjoying listening to it as well. So in the second half of the podcast, we always do our top 5. This week's top 5 is the top 5 greatest sporting moments according to us. Darren is really looking forward to this because I think he's going to do really, really well. So we will start with Darren, I believe, because we'll get the bad stuff out of the way, and then we'll have our ones, Damien. So Darren, your top 5 sporting moments of all time, please. Off you go.
Bottled it. Can one of you two go first?
No, go on.
Go
on. It's your go on. You do it.
So just to explain to people that haven't listened to the show before, every week in the second part of the show, we do our top 5. We've had top 5 kids programs. We've had top 5 toys, top 5 movies. Now, because Darren is some would say quite a manly man compared to old, us two. I thought this, Barbara, the producer, thought this was right up his street. And I thought he's going to absolutely smash this sport. He's there with his bristles and his manliness. And, you're a bit rubbish, aren't you, Daz? You don't really watch a lot of sport.
I don't watch any sport whatsoever. In fact, I went to my very first football game this February, just before Rona hit.
And what was it a local match, a big match?
Yeah, it was a Stoke City football match, and I got absolutely trolleyed.
Thanks for sharing
what
that.
a great advert. Do you know what?
I don't remember nothing
Australia,
about the match. I don't
New
remember
Zealand, all listening now. Darren Antrobus. Yeah, so to be honest, I got trolleyed.
So as someone has just said in the Facebook chat, Andy, thank you. Guys, please actually talk about something. So, Darren... Do you want to do your top 5, please?
Oh, great. I'm sorry. Is this points of view now? Sorry, Adam Robinson.
Andy who? Can we do second name?
No, we're not going to do second name because I don't want to embarrass him. But Andy, we will move on. Darren.
All right, Andy. Let's make a note of that.
Is it the Andy that I work with by any chance?
Barbara, can you do me a
Does it begin with an E?
No.
No, okay. It's not then. Right, let's move on. Go on, Darren.
Always love Andy. Great guy.
Great guy. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to carry on listening. Darren, your top 5 sporting moments, please.
Okay, so my number 5, that I'm dreading this, and absolutely dreading this. So number 5, I've chosen this. It was turned into a film because of his life story, and it basically his life when he was young was plagued with knee and leg problems, and he always told his parents that he wanted to be somebody famous in the world of sport. So he tried a load of different things and it didn't quite work for him. Much to his dad's dismay, he ended up becoming a world record breaker. And he also became the very first ski jumper from Britain to ski jump since 1928.
Okay.
And this was back in 1988.
Okay, I know where you're going with this one. I do know where you're going with this one.
And I've chosen him and the fact that he did this. He jumped over 6 buses at one point as well at this world record attempt.
Buses.
Buses, yeah. And I just think I've chosen Eddie the Eagle Edwards. Yeah. Have I stolen one of yours?
No, no. I think what a guy as well. I've seen some interviews with him, and he's really humble. And he's one of these ones where people always said he was a bit of a joke and stuff. But I mean, has he made much money? I think he got quite a bit for the film and stuff. But he's a really nice guy, and he's one of those ones. And I think it is with us Brits. We like the underdog, and we like the underdog story. And I think with him, he really kind of came through stuff. And yeah, big fan of him. Actually.
Have you watched the film,
Darren?
Have you watched the film, Damien?
No, I haven't. No,
I would really recommend it. It's such a good film. It is so funny. Taron
Egerton.
Yes, him who played Elton John stars as Eddie the Eagle, and he's really good. But it's a really good feel-good film. It's well worth a watch.
Quite an uplifting film.
Yes, well worth a watch.
Don't get me wrong, going off piste a little bit.
Going off
get
piste.
it?
Do you know what? I don't get it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
No, I don't get it. What do you mean?
The soundtrack to the film is phenomenal as well. Set in the 1980s. So, and you'll see that in my top 5, there is a bit of a theme going here. So
the 80s.
No, the
films.
Underdog.
I can guarantee. I can pretty much guess what one of them's going to be.
No, the underdog, and then he becomes a world record breaker, and he's done really well for himself. So
yeah, I know one of them already.
So, do you approve of number 5?
Number 5 is okay.
I
yes.
Okay.
Now, Ian, you're a bit of a geek, actually. Sorry, Darren, just to steal your thunder there. But can you remember the song to Record Breakers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to be a record breaker, that's about the only bit I know. And no, actually, I can't off the top of my head. Why?
Just wanted you to do that, to be honest.
Okay.
Your letter is only the start of it.
No, that's it.
No, that's not that one. No.
Just move on.
We'll fix that in the edit. Fix it in the edit, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, Ian, what's next? What's number 4, Darren? Move on.
Matter. Right, okay, number 4.
Moving on.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
What show from a similar era now can't be talked about because of a certain person? That one. Yes, well done.
Move on. Moving on. Nothing to see here. Moving on.
For the record.
No, just don't.
No, just don't. It's fine. We'll carry on.
Right, okay.
Just make it
Feel
the
rhythm.
Time.
Genuine mistake.
What makes it even worse, it's how we really got into the song as well. Let's just not. Like proper dancing to it.
He's on me!
Oh dear.
Darren, number 4, please.
Right,
Move
number
on.
4. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's
Hammer time?
No, bobsled time.
I knew that this would be one of your top 5. Yeah, you're talking about
because I didn't realise.
Cool Runnings. You didn't realise it was real.
Yeah. I didn't realise it was a true story. It's actually a true story. I didn't realise that.
What are we talking about? Cool Runnings?
Yes.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. There's a theme here now.
Stop.
You've just gone onto Google and you've done a search on top 5 sporting films.
No, I haven't.
You have.
Are these all right, Darren? Are these all film related?
No,
Darren.
Not all.
Specifically in the rules from Barbara, she actually said, "What are your top 5 sporting moments?" So far, we've had a biopic about Eddie the Eagle, and next it's Cool Runnings with John Candy.
Anyway,
shall I know what happened to him?
I can't remember the film.
They came last, didn't they?
Did they?
Yes. They crashed.
What happened to the bobsleigh?
What
happened to the bobsleigh team?
They crashed. In real life or in the film, they crashed.
Yeah, in real life.
Yeah, they crashed.
I'm quizzing you, Ian. I'm quizzing our lovely Darren there.
I haven't seen it for years. Anyway, carry on. Right, so number 3. I did say I struggled with this, right? So number 3. is I didn't realise that this is an actual thing in this country.
Right.
And I actually went to see a game of this sport. And it was the most incredible game. There were little kids playing this, and there were older kids and loads of different teams. The team that I went to watch was called the Wilmslow Wasps, and they were absolutely amazing. I actually took part in one of the games for the radio station that I work at, and it hurt. It really, really hurt.
Yeah, so what is it?
The game was actually dodgeball.
And that's a sporting moment where?
Because I took part in it. Sporting moment. It's a brilliant, brilliant game, but it really hurt.
We haven't had a Damien lid close for a while, actually, so...
That's a sporting moment.
Oh, a worldwide sporting moment, that one, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. You know what?
I didn't even know. I was really amazed to find out that we do actually have a dodgeball team.
You could have linked that into the film with Will Ferrell, because wasn't there a dodgeball film with Will Ferrell?
Ben Stiller.
I'm completely in agreement with Andy Egan, to be honest. Great guy, absolutely great guy. I know what he means. Tuned in for a little bit of banter, and you're talking my top sporting moment. I remember it. I was a lad. I was sitting down watching telly, and I remember it was dodgeball.
Dodgeball is a sport, no?
Well, yeah, it is a sport, but it's not a sporting moment. There's no worldwide bring the world together. Anyway, Darren, number 2, please. We haven't got time.
Right. Okay. Number 2 then. This one is I don't want to do anymore.
Just do them. Come on, quick.
Right. Okay. So this one is actually a fictional story, but about a sport that I did.
Is it a film?
It is a film.
I forgot.
Go on.
It's a fictional story about a sport
in the 80s.
that I actually quite like. There are about 8 or 9 of these films.
Why do we bother every single week?
If you do Space Jam as your number 1 film, honestly, I'll drive to Stoke and hit you.
Right. Okay. And one of the finest sporting moments in this film,
right,
is the point where
it's ice hockey, isn't it?
No, the trainer convinces the star of the film and the sportsman not to take this fight on because Clubber Lang knocked him into the middle of next.
So you're doing Rocky the film, the fictional film, as your second most sporting.
It's a sport.
Event. It's a film. It's not a proper boxing match. It's a film.
I mean, I'll give up now, to be honest. It couldn't be any clearer. Last week. Right, open the envelope. We open the envelope at the end of the show. Right, next week, the top 5, guys, is your best sporting moments ever.
Hey,
sporting moments ever. That wasn't...
Not a sporting film, Darren.
I don't watch, nor do I take part in sport.
I don't take part in sport, and I don't watch that much sport. I can easily pick 5 greatest sporting moments.
It's part of the bloody show. You come on every week and you come out with Rocky Balboa.
Right. Do you want to
Cool runnings.
Are you ready for my number 1?
I can't wait. Seriously. That's why I came. That's why I rushed over. Got my kids in bed. Didn't even have a story. Daddy can have a kiss. Forget it. I've got the podcast. Daddy, one more. Get in bed. See you later. Oh, you're not phoning Esther Ranson. See you later. Right.
Number 1.
Nice 80s back there,
is a series of sporting events, but they are...
What, a film?
For me, I will watch them again and again. No, not a film, but I watch them again and again and again on YouTube, because when these two people stand in a ring and they go toe-to-toe and they are arguing with each other, it's phenomenal. I love it. So my number 1 sporting moment or moments is every moment that The Rock and John Cena meet in the ring and have an argument.
Okay, right, fair enough. I can't really pull you up on the fact that you've got sports entertainment, because I know that both me and Damien will have one of these in our things, but right, should we move on, Damien?
But it wasn't even a moment, was it? It was just when they get in the same ring together.
It was moments.
I mean, that was probably after 13 episodes. That is probably one of
they get
in actual fact the worst.
They get
ever top 5.
They get in the same. What do they get in the same of, Damien?
Pardon?
They're getting the same what?
Ring.
He's on me!
Sorry. Right. That was useless, Darren. Honestly.
I did tell you.
Honestly, I like the fact that someone in the Facebook live chat has gone, I bet he used it. It was a choice between Roger Bannister and Chariots of Fire as being your number one, or Hogwarts and Harry Potter and the Quidditch match and the final one or something.
Do you know what?
I haven't seen either of those.
I've known you for, well, I've only ever met you on this show tonight. Don't really know who you are, to be honest. And Darren, you're so cute. The cutest bloke. The cutest man bear I've ever seen.
Damien,
You do know me anyway, because I remember your demo at Sunshine Radio.
You always go back there. Anyway, clean cut, people. Right, Damien, I'm going to do my top 5 next. This is how it's done. This is how you do a top 5, Darren. Are you ready?
Go on.
At number 5, it is Mighty Ducks the film. No, I'm joking. It's not Mighty Ducks the film. Right, at number 5.
Do you know what? You can duck off for that.
It is June 28th, 1998. We are in Pittsburgh. It is a massive feud and a very special match was called for. And it will always be remembered by me for the best ever line and commentary in sports entertainment. Hello, this is Ian in the editing room. Apologies for that. We had some technical issues during the recording of the top 5 after Darren's fantastic film-inspired greatest sporting moments of all time. So unfortunately, we sort of lost mine and Damien's, so I shall very quickly run through them for you. My top 5 was at number 5, Hell in a Cell, Mick Foley and Mankind. Number 4 was Lewis Hamilton winning the World Championship in 2008. Number 3 was the summer 2019 England winning the World Cup of Cricket in the 50 overs. And at number 2 for me was Andy Murray winning Wimbledon in 2016. And then at number 1, my all-time favourite sporting moment was Super Saturday during the Olympics of 2012, when the UK was a much more united country. And Damien's top 5 was as follows. At number 5, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania 18. Very, very good. At number 4, the Rugby World Cup of 2003, and that was when England won, and I remember it well, with Johnny Wilkinson doing his super kick. At number 3 was the World Cup 2018, when England got through to the semi-final for the first time in a long time on a penalty shootout. And then his number 2 was the same as my number 1, the Super Saturday from the 2012 Olympics. And his number 1 was the Euro 96, the whole thing, and how good it was for the country. So yes, apologies, we have lost some of the information on there, and the recording comes back just as we're about to end. So I'll edit myself back into that. And yeah, apologies for missing this part of the top 5. That's life. You got to hear the worst one, you didn't get to hear the decent ones, did you? Oh well. Next time, it will be completely fine. Back to the show. Again.
So, Darren, I mean, your thoughts of that?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, really good. Well done.
Just to let you know, okay, when you're at sleep tonight with your little potato pillow in your little potato skid with your little potato head.
Potato skid?
Skid?
Did I say that?
I don't do them anymore.
Little old Damien's going to crawl up in the middle of your bed, and I'm going to lay next to you, and I'm going to nibble on your little earlobe, and I'm going to say...
He's on me!
Hiya. Right. Well, you got a face on you now. Well, what's that in there? No, in there. Because you didn't have that last week. And you come in all cocky, don't you? Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. You come in into this ass with that attitude and you got that in there. How did it get there? Really? No, I know how it gets there. I know how that works. But how did it get there? Right. Right. How many times? Where? Right. And was he good? Right. And he gave you that. Now you're going to have that, are you? With him. With that. Thanks. Right,
and the acting award goes to... What was it?
I'd rather move on, to be honest. Right. Okay, let's have a look. What's next? No words for you. None. Okay, thank you, Barbara, as ever, who comes into my house. Here we go. So, this week's top 5. Next week, on episode 14, that is on the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, I want you to do your research. I want you to give your all. I want you to go back to the decades of the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. And I want you to tell me your favourite television presenter of all time.
Look at his little face light up. Top 5 or favourite ever, or just top 5?
No, because the item we do is the top 5, isn't it? It's never changed.
I know,
right?
but perhaps
top
it needs
5 to us personally, aren't they?
Yeah, perhaps it needs to.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the top 5 favourite TV presenters.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
Yes.
So there you go. Been a great show tonight. You can get out as well and take that with you. Yeah. And I mean it. Yeah. What an absolute.
3 men close to a midlife crisis. 3 microphones, 1 Zoom call, all lead to this. It's the As Yet Unnamed podcast.
And that is it for this week's episode of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. I would say thank you to Darren for his contribution to the second half, but it might have well not been here. If we had a transcript of the amount of words he spoke in this second half, I'd probably say about 4. Are you going to speak, Darren, or are you just going to wave on the audio part of the podcast?
Yeah, carry on. Yes, I know. I found that really hard because I don't watch sport. I don't follow sport. The only sport I ever really paid interest in the 90s was wrestling, and that was it.
Thank you, Darren. Damien, thank you. Damien!
Sorry, it's a show that I need to get involved in. Sorry, for a moment I thought I was Darren. No, do you know what? Have a good night, guys. I say it all the time, but do you know what? It's a horrible, funny world out there, but do you know what? We will get through this. We got through a war. We can all be together. Just as it goes at the moment, let's all just follow the rules. Let's get out of this together. Stay safe, wear your masks. And you know what? More than anything, and I say this every week, be kind to each other. If you put something on social media, think before you put it on. Think that it can hurt people as well. Just be nice to each other, guys. We get one chance at this thing. Good night.
Thank you very much, Damien. Thank you very much for listening. If you are listening on the podcast feed, then don't forget to click on subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, click on subscribe, like, and share. Thank you to Dunk, who said on the live chat, because we do this live every Wednesday. A bit slow. Yeah, you're not wrong. Right, so thank you very much. That was episode 13 of the As Yet Unnamed podcast. Yes, Damien, quickly.
But if you listen to it on the podcast, it will sound like it was great. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
It sound like he loved it.
Yeah.
We put little laughter tracks in. It will sound great. I mean, honestly, watching it live, we probably has as many viewers or listeners as Darren's radio show.
Honestly, it will be that like, as if Darren wasn't even on the show by the time I edited it down. Right, thank you very much for listening. Until next week, look after yourself. If you do want to listen to us on a Wednesday evening, go over to Facebook, the As Yet Unnamed Podcast, or check out the website, the As Yet Unnamed Podcast.uk. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.
I did struggle
Are
with
we
that.
off air? Are we off live?
No, we're not. We're still on live. Do you want to say what you were going to say?
No, not at all. Not at all. I was just about to box his head in. You miserable git. You know what I mean? I'm shattered and I'm running, I tell you what, honestly, for the people who are watching on Facebook, thank you so much tonight. We're going to have a little production meeting now. Well, probably one of us is going to get fired. Let's be honest, it ain't going to be me. So stay safe, everyone. And next week, join me and Ian for the... Me, Ian, and Duncan Penn. Sorry. There you go, you prat. Right. Good night.